here's where we're going to. Kohler-Andrae State Park. And it's straight ahead. So made it to the Kohler Dunes. This is just outside of Sheboygan, Wisconsin, an hour north of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I've never been here before, so I'll check out what this has and put the best stuff in the video, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more content like this. So on this hike, I'm going to start at the bottom at the Woodland Dunes Nature Trail, which will connect to the Marsh Trail, which I'll take that to the Black River Marsh Boardwalk. Along the trail and at the dunes, we will see Lake Michigan too, and how nice the sand and the beach is there. Then I'm going to get in the car, take a quick drive, head over parking lot P5, and do the actual Kohler Dunes Cordwalk, which is like a boardwalk, but it's connected with cables. I'll show you when I do that part of the video. And I'll take that to the Sanderling Nature Center, which will conclude the video. And now I'm at the Woodland Dunes Nature Trail. So this is a 1 mile loop. So that should only take like 20 minutes. Let's see what this one's like. I know there's a lot more trails here, so I want to get through as many of them as I can. They do have benches throughout, so that's kind of nice. And I think this is a big loop, so that should be easy. So here's where the circle goes. You can go either way. It'll come back to the same point. So we got the Woodland Dunes Trail and the Accessibility Trail loop. I'm gonna go to the right. So they do have these markers. This one talks about cherry wood that's used to make furniture and stuff. I don't know if all these are cherry or just some of them, or if this is where they used to be from. Here's some more of the trail. Smallest of the maples. Another little information box here. So this is the mountain maple. I like when they do that, so it's more than just a hike. You can actually see somebody's blue tent out there, way in the distance. So continuing on the trail here. It's not bad because this is shaded and I took off the jacket and I'm still okay. It's 62 today. I have a long sleeve shirt on, but nothing thick. One thing I did want to mention is that you do need to pay to come in, or if you have the Wisconsin sticker, which is a yearly sticker, I think it was like $38 for out of state. You could use it at all the parks throughout the year. It's actually really easy to get into. And you just renew it every year and they just give you a sticker for your windshield. And you just pull right in and you don't have to worry about stopping to pay or anything. So let's see what this sign says. There's another branch here. Oh, I see. The Accessibility Trail was the 0.4 around, and the Woodland Dunes is a little bit more. This is more hilly, so I could see why this would be harder to maneuver on. Do have these little metals on some of the trees. So let's see what those are about. Almost everything about the red maple is red. Winter buds and spring flowers are brilliant red. Wing seeds and wood are tinged with red. Leaves turn blazing scarlet in autumn. This got to be really cool in the fall. I might try to do some fall colors. I'm not sure if I'll come back here or where. And then they do have these other hiking trails here for the more ambitious. I'm not sure how close to Lake Michigan I'll get on this trail, because it is going to turn to the left, so we'll see. Hopefully we'll get somewhat closer to it. Here the trail gets a little bit narrower, but it's still easy enough to follow. You have to look out for a couple little stumps here and there, but for the most part it's a really easy one. There's small elevation climbs, but nothing major. I don't know if this will show up on camera, but it's a pretty big drop here going down. I mean, not huge, but you got to watch your bearings. Like that. So I believe I'm in the campground area now. We'll see what we got here. There's a building coming up here. Yeah, those are just restrooms down there. Now, one thing I wish they did have is that each, or at least every couple intersections would be what trail you're on, just so I know I'm still on the same one. Which I want to be on the Woodland Trail, but except for those signs where it broke off from the Accessibility Trail, you don't really see it. More large trees there. Very scenic and peaceful. Not 2 minutes since I said that, I actually found the trail markings. So I got the Marsh Trail and the Woodland Dune Trail to the left over there. I don't know how far the Marsh Trail is. Let's start going this way. So now I'm on the Marsh Trail. Let's see where this takes us. Those trees are so cool. just so tall. Hey, I'm on the other side of the blue tent that I saw earlier. So one thing I always do when I come to these trails, I always try to find the map first that they have at the actual site and take a picture of it with my phone. That's for two reasons. Like right now, I just looked at where the marsh trail is and how far, so I know I can actually do it. Time-wise, you know, so I have enough time to do everything else. And secondly, then I have the GPS coordinates. So at least no matter what, I know I can get close to the car. So it's just a little tip there. Always take a picture there. And if you move around a lot, take a picture of your car each time, just so you have the GPS locations of where you were. Just in case you get lost and you need to get back to it, you have a pretty good idea. But actually, I came across this building here. We'll have to see what this is all about. This could be the Nature Center. There's actually a cabin you can rent out here. That would be a lot of fun. If you don't have a camper, which I don't, kind of nice to rent a cabin and stay the night. Must be really cool for like stargazing too, because I'm sure there's like pitch black out here at night. They actually have a nice porch up there, or balcony, or deck, and they have windows overlooking. Oh, look at those old birch. I shouldn't say old, they're just tall birches. I don't know how old they are. So we're still on the marsh trail. So we'll see how far till we actually get to the marsh. I think that's a boardwalk. And then the last area we're gonna do is a huge boardwalk near Lake Michigan. So that's the one I'm really looking forward to as well. So we'll see what this one has to offer. Continuing on the walk here, a crossroad here at Marshview Road and South Camp Road. It's probably right here, crossing over. Oh, it looks like an old Airstream. Oh, that's cool. And where I am now is parking lot 10. Here's parking lot 10. So if you just wanted to drive this section and not do the woodland trail and the trail up to the marsh, you could actually do that. But speaking of the marsh, here we are at the Black River Marsh Boardwalk. You can see it is actually a boardwalk. And you're just in a whole wetland area. So we'll see how far this goes. I'm here midday, but I'm sure early morning or late evening, probably see a lot of birds and different animals out here. Couldn't have asked for a nicer day. It's September 7th, 2025. And I mean, the sky is just like an awesome blue, scattered clouds, but nothing, no rain. So here's a T area, so I can go left, straight. And then this is just a little dead end. So let's go see what this sign says. So it talks about the different animals that are along the edge of the wetlands. Raccoons, skunks. Oh, look, you can listen for the green frog. And they have like a little sitting area if you need a break. I don't know if I should go straight though now, or if I should continue on how I went. Hopefully it's a big loop. I think it is. So let's just go this way. This talks about the mallard ducks, wood duck, blue-winged teal, sand cranes, carp, bluegills, and bullheads. So let's continue on the trek here, just at this intersection here. So this one looks like it dead ends as well. We got turtles, crayfish, dragonflies, water striders. Those are cool. Whirligigs have eyes that are divided in halves. The upper half focus above the water while the lower half focuses beneath. This talks about the cattails, which they're not quite in yet, but they will be soon. And then some of the birds. Red-winged blackbirds, marsh wren, ooh, muskrats. So this is walking back. I'm back on the woodland trail from the marsh trail. So just gonna finish up the woodland trail and then go to the boardwalk. I don't know what the name of that one is yet till I get there, but that one's supposed to be a boardwalk over the dunes, which would be pretty cool. Still on the woodland trail. Trying to see where the break off was between the woodland trail, the marsh trail, and the accessibility trail. So I don't believe it's more than a couple blocks ahead. So we should be there in a couple minutes. I love walking through these tower of trees. Oh wow, it's actually right here. So we're gonna continue on the woodland dunes trail to the left. Now, obviously I don't step in any of this because there could be poison ivy. Or they say leaves of 3, let it be. Here's some information on the green ash. I don't know if it's all these that have no leaves. So just continuing on the woodland trail here. Then I'll go back to that parking lot. I think it was number 8. And then I'll drive to the boardwalk over the dunes. And we'll see what that's all about. That'll be much closer to Lake Michigan as well. I almost missed this one on the white pine. King of Wisconsin's tall timbers. He is definitely tall. Oh, there's actually a whole bunch of them here. I'm on the back side of the campgrounds here. They're backed into it here and they face the woods here. Ah, the black walnut. And obviously the squirrels love those. Gray squirrels relish the tasty large nuts of black walnut trees. The nuts are high in protein and rich in potassium, iron. Hopefully this comes out on camera. Just how the path is lined with these super tall evergreens. Let's see what this one's about. Northern red oak. Oh, I believe that's him right there. It's a massive tree. Here we have the chipmunk. I haven't seen any today. Usually you see them running around. Here we have the cottonwood, which is a really fast grower. Grows on average 3 feet per year, which makes it one of the fastest growing trees. There's more info about that. Cottonwood is named for the white fluffy. So I guess the ones that have the medallion there indicates the tree that they're referencing down here. Red pine. Red pine can be identified by its long 2-needle clusters and reddish scaly bark. Here's one from the ground of the 2-needle cluster. Here's a fire pine. Notice the small resin-sealed cones in the branches above you. Well, it's kind of dead, so that's a little hard to see, but there's no cones on the ground either. So far on all these trails and by the beach that I've walked, I did 2.75 miles. So not a ton, but definitely a good little hike there. It's a white birch. White birch or paper birch is named for its distinctive white bark. Yeah, it comes off like paper almost. These are easy to identify. They're so much different. So I came across this area here, and I know I'm getting really close to Lake Michigan. So we're gonna go take a look here really fast. You can see all the sand, so you know you're really close. A lot of the clouds went away. Wow, look at all the seagulls there. Here's a balsam poplar. In spring, balsam poplars long sticky buds emit a sweet, slightly medicinal smell. I think there's actually here. I don't see a placard on these, but they're really skinny. I'm trying to get back to my car. I hope I didn't miss a turn. Seems like it's a little bit longer than it should have been. Well, I found the accessibility and woodland trail breakoff, but it doesn't look like where I actually got on it, so I have to look into that. But here's another overlook of Lake Michigan. This is down a little bit from where we were before. Just amazing views though. And again, it's perfect day today. The blue skies and the water. Thank you for hiking the Woodland Dunes Trail. So I finally hit the end here. Look at this tree. How massive. It's a squirrel over there. I see you. So now I'm going to go to the boardwalk area over the dunes, which is on the other side of the park. So I'll drive there, do that, because that was the main reason I came, was to do the boardwalk. So it'd be pretty cool. It's right by Lake Michigan, right on the dunes. So you can see the arrow where we are. We got to get up by that boardwalk up there. They actually have a Whispering Pines amphitheater in here as well. So here's the amphitheater. And this is right by parking lot 5. So heading over to the beach area, you can see they have a whole bunch of walkways here. There's coming out of the pavilion, and there's Lake Michigan here. So they have like this mat to walk out on. I know they have boardwalks too. I'll check this out, see what it is. Seems very beachy. And then here's Lake Michigan. Like I said, I'm just outside of Sheboygan, Wisconsin, north of Port Washington. Green Bay's to the north, about an hour from Milwaukee. There's a cool breeze coming off the lake here. Nice puffy clouds today too. So Lake Michigan is one of the 5 Great Lakes. And I'll show you in a second how big it is, and we're only seeing a small portion of it. But there's Lake Michigan, Huron, Superior, Erie, and I'm forgetting one. But look at how big this lake is. You can't even see from one end to the other. And it's just the Lake Michigan part. See the water coming in there. So I'm just using the Osmo Pocket mic because there's really no wind. So it's kind of nice. Hopefully you can hear the waves coming in. And there's a big gray cloud up there. See Lake Michigan pushing through there. There's the beach. It's actually a really nice beach for the Midwest. I'm going to do the Kohler Dunes Boardwalk. Here's a sign for the entrance. Kohler Park Dunes State Natural Area. So let's begin the boardwalk and see what we can see here. It's right next to Lake Michigan, or right on Lake Michigan, so we should get some good views from over here. Here's the start of the boardwalk. It's kind of connected with a cable. I don't know if you can see that. When it's flat, it's fine, but when it's up and down, you just gotta make sure the tip of your shoes don't get caught in there. It's up and down. Oh, wow. It's really up and down. We are on a dune, so it makes sense. So let's see what the sign says. Because there's 2 ways we can go here. So Lake Michigan is to the right. Nature Center is straight ahead. So let's go to Lake Michigan, which is down this way. So let's do the Lake Michigan route first, and if we have time, we'll do the Nature Center. I believe we'll come back the same way. I'm at 3.4 miles when I started, so we'll see how long this boardwalk is mile-wise. It's a lot easier walking on the dunes with these wooden planks here, because you actually get traction on them versus the actual sand dune where your feet kind of give out underneath the sand. Going up an incline here. So here's climbing up. This one goes pretty high. Not high, but you know, you're going to the top of the dune there. Get a great view of the dunes. Pretty good decline here. It doesn't look like it, but it's pretty steep. Luckily they have these boards here. Should be getting close to Lake Michigan now. Yeah, I can see it's starting to show through. Look at the bench. It's all the way down to the seat, covered in sand. A great look at the beach here. Go up here, we should be able to get a decent view. So heading back now. So there wasn't actually that hard of a trek. Now we didn't do the Nature Center area yet, so I want to see how much of a trek that is. Here we are back on the boardwalk, or chain walk, I think they call it. Just backtracking here. So that was only like 0.4 miles. So not even half a mile from the car to getting to Lake Michigan. All right, we're back at the break off here. That's where I'm parked up there. This one's to the Nature Center, and that one up and around there was to Lake Michigan. So let's go do this path to the nature center, considering the Lake Michigan one wasn't long at all. I'm assuming this one will probably be another 0.4 miles as well. We'll see. Boy, it's kind of on an angle there. The boardwalk or cable walk or whatever they call it. I know there's an incline coming up here. Front of my toes are getting caught in some of these on this one. They must be spaced different. All right, here comes another sign here. Oh, so we want to keep going straight because up there is back to the campground, which we're not camping, so we don't need to go there. This one's going up and around this big tree, it looks like. Tree is massive. Oh, I'm walking and I walked off the path there. Coming up on this dune here. It's actually a really massive one. This path just keeps going and going. I don't know if you can see it here, but way up over there, that's where we're going to be going. So a bit of an incline as well as a little bit more distance here. Still more to go. Made it to the top of that dune. Now there's more over here. Lake Michigan is to the right, nature center and dog park ahead. There's the path to Lake Michigan. We've done a couple though, so I'm going to do the nature center here. So here we're at the top of this dune. See all the dunes back there. And then Lake Michigan is out that way. And that was way up into there, that area. You can see people walking. We still got a ways to go. You can see here, there's still more over here to do. It goes as far as you can see. See Lake Michigan up over here. See where those people are walking to, how much more we have to go. Now, I don't even see the nature center yet. There's Lake Michigan again. Look at this massive dune here. Giving those people in front of me a little walkway. Got to go up and over there where those roped barriers are. See where we are from there, from the nature center. And you can see it just goes and goes, and there's people walking. It's all along Lake Michigan, which is right over there. Can't get over how much of this rope or corded boardwalk they put down. So there's another break, and this is the wetland overlook. Let's see, it doesn't look like it's too far to get to it, so let's do that one. So this walk so far, just on the boardwalk, has been 1 mile so far. So that's a pretty decent walk. And that included the stop by Lake Michigan, but that wasn't really that much. So here's the top. The boardwalk looks like it's kind of tipped over there. It must, the sand must have given away. You can see the whole wetland overlook. And then here's where we came up. I don't even know if you can get into this chair. I'm going to try though. Yeah, so I made it in the chair. You really got to throw your body up into it though. I mean, it's actually pretty far down to jump. Amazing view up here though. Now we're going to go back down and see how far the nature center is. So we came from, that's a woodland trail. Now we're continuing on to the nature center, hopefully. Or another steep incline here. So just talked to some people and they said the nature center is half a mile up. Gotta go down here now. Just cruising along here. It's 3 o'clock right now. I was hoping to be done here at 3. There's another overlook for Lake Michigan. Look how big this dune is that we're coming up on. I'm 1.2 miles total from the car to here so far. So I go back at least 1 mile. I've noticed they have these little cup holders. And like every 10 posts. So if you need to put down your drink and actually tie your shoe or something. So it says 0.7 back and 0.1 miles to the parking lot. Creeping juniper nature area. I won't be able to do this one this time. That one goes all out there as well. This is cool. It goes around these birch trees here. The path. The down's not bad until you realize how much it's jarring your knees. That's how close we are to Lake Michigan. Now it got nice and leveled out now that we're coming up on the other parking lot on the other side, which I'm assuming is by the nature area here coming up. So I finally made it to the Sanderling Nature Center, which is over here in this building. So we'll go through it pretty fast. They have another path here to Lake Michigan as well. Boy, I wish I would have saw this map earlier. This is all the way at the end at the Nature Center, or the beginning if you started here. This has way more detail. It's almost like a topography map. So I am here. Goes a little bit more here, but it looks like they have an auditorium there. Different roosters and bucks. So this is if you can find 2 caterpillars. There's one of the caterpillars. They have a little gift area here. T-shirts, sweatshirts, little stuffed animals. Oh, they have an observation deck. Let's go check that out. Oh, this is neat. I'm kind of glad I went to the Nature Center. More climbing, but cool to see what's up here. Oh wow, that's cool. And that's where we walk down over there. And there's a parking lot. Look down, it's pretty far down. We're over air conditioners. They have all different nests, different birds. Looks like a big greenhouse. Here's some of the beach rocks. And what they're used for. Here's a whole bunch of arrowheads. Different things that they found. Oh, actually, check out this old phone. So I guess there's hundreds of shipwrecks. Oh, I can go out here too. Boy, I could spend another few hours here. Oh, here's all the pelts. Skunk, obviously. Boy, are they soft. Fox, maybe? Coyote. Oh, look at his little feet. Got all these fish on the wall. Lake Michigan's fish. Oh, so you can kind of determine which ones they are. You got all these taxidermied animals. It's awesome in here. I love owls. Barred owl. There's another owl way, way up there. Snowy owls. Or the Harry Potter owls. Oh, the coyote. Red fox. He's cool. There's a hawk. I'm sure they have a Cooper hawk here. Oh, they got the bee's nest. Bobcat. And then geese. Different birds. Ducks, mallard ducks. Very well done. Well, thanks for watching the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to see more content like this. So this will wrap up my hike at Kohler Dunes Natural State Area. Thanks for watching.